The final ruling in Martell Holt and Melody Shari's court case has finally been announced, and the decision has left fans shocked, emotional, and deeply divided. For months, people have been waiting to see how this intense and emotional custody battle would end. The judge has spoken, the verdict is official, and the outcome is sparking conversations everywhere. Melody has been granted primary custody of the children, while Martell has been given visitation rights under certain conditions. This decision has not only changed the dynamic between Martell and Melody as parents but has also shifted the way fans view them in the public eye. What happened in the courtroom, the reasons behind the judge's decision, and the aftermath that followed are now being talked about as one of the most explosive reality TV-related legal battles in recent history. The story of this ruling didn't start overnight. It has been building for years, ever since Martell and Melody's once celebrated marriage fell apart. Their relationship was once admired by many viewers who watched Love and Marriage, Huntsville. They looked like a couple who had it all: success, family, and a strong partnership. But the truth behind the cameras was much darker. Martell's affair shattered their marriage and left deep scars. What began as infidelity turned into a divorce that shook not only their family but also the fans who had followed their journey. When Melody finally walked away, it was clear that the story wasn't ending there. Instead, the biggest fight was only beginning, and it wasn't about money or fame, it was about their 4 children. Custody became the center of their war. Both Martell and Melody entered the courtroom determined to win, and both believed they were the better parent. Martell argued that Melody was too busy with her career, appearances, and public life to be fully present for the children. He claimed that her commitments outside of home made her an unfit parent. Melody, however, pushed back hard. She called out Martell's reckless decisions, his unstable behavior, and the toxic environment she said he created around their family. This back and forth set the stage for one of the most dramatic legal battles in reality TV history. Social media quickly turned into a second courtroom. Fans took sides, with some standing firmly with Melody and others defending Martell. Team Melody praised her as a strong mother who had fought through betrayal and humiliation to protect her children. They admired her resilience and her ability to balance motherhood with her career. Team Martell argued that fathers should not be sidelined and that Martell had every right to fight for more time with his children. The debates were heated, with every Instagram post, every shady comment, and every interview being dissected for hidden meanings. This wasn't just a custody battle anymore, it was a public spectacle. When the court date finally arrived, the tension was at an all-time high. Both Martell and Melody showed up with their legal teams, ready for a fight that had been brewing for months. Inside the courtroom, the atmosphere was described as electric. This wasn't just a private custody hearing, this was a high-profile battle being watched closely by fans, bloggers, and reporters. For many, it felt like the moment of truth. Martell's lawyers presented him as a loving, hands-on father who wanted more stability and structure in his children's lives. They said he was deeply involved in their daily routines and wanted the chance to be more present. Melody's team, however, came prepared with evidence and testimony. They painted a picture of a mother who, despite the struggles of single parenthood, provided a safe and nurturing environment where her children were thriving. They argued that her stability and dedication were what the children needed most. Then came the shocking testimonies. Allegations about Martell's temper, his decision-making, and the fallout from his affair were brought into the spotlight. Reports of heated arguments and inconsistent routines became part of the official record. On the other side, Martell accused Melody of being too busy and stretched too thin to give the children the attention they deserved. It was a back-and-forth exchange filled with emotion, accusations, and moments that revealed just how broken their relationship had become. The turning point came when Melody herself took the stand. Her testimony was raw and emotional. She spoke about sleepless nights, the tears of her children, and the challenges of rebuilding her life after betrayal. Witnesses described how her voice shook as she told the court what her children had gone through. Her words struck a chord with many in the room. On the other side, Martell also delivered an emotional statement, saying that he loved his children deeply and had sacrificed to be there for them. His words reminded everyone that at the center of this battle were 4 children who loved both their parents. After days of testimony and arguments, the judge finally gave the decision. The courtroom fell silent as the ruling was read. Melody would keep primary custody of the children, while Martell would have structured visitation rights under specific conditions. The judge explained that the ruling was not meant to punish Martell but to ensure stability for the children. The evidence showed that Melody had consistently provided a stable home, while Martell's behavior raised concerns about whether he could provide the same level of consistency. The reaction in the courtroom was intense. Melody, emotional but composed, was described as relieved but aware of the heavy responsibility ahead. For her, this was not a victory to celebrate, it was a step to protect her children. Martell's reaction was harder to read. His expression shifted from disappointment to frustration, and though his legal team said they respected the ruling, whispers of an appeal quickly spread. Outside the courtroom, the news spread like wildfire. Social media exploded with reactions. Team Melody fans celebrated the decision, calling it justice for a mother who had endured so much. Hashtags like Justice for Melody and Protect Black Mothers began trending. Supporters felt like her win was not just personal but symbolic for mothers everywhere who have fought similar battles. On the other side, Martell's supporters argued that the system was unfair to fathers and that he had been treated as a villain. Memes, debates, and heated discussions filled timelines as fans clashed over the decision. The court ruling didn't just end with custody. Buried in the details were orders that both Martell and Melody had to attend co-parenting counseling. The judge emphasized that while the legal battle might be over, the responsibility to raise their children together had only just begun. This ruling wasn't just about custody, it was about forcing both parents to learn how to move forward without letting their bitterness harm the children. The aftermath has been just as dramatic as the case itself. Melody has been praised as strong and resilient, with fans calling her an example of grace under pressure. Many women have said they see themselves in her journey and feel empowered by her win. Martell, on the other hand, has faced criticism and ridicule. His past mistakes were dragged back into the spotlight, and his reputation has taken another hit. Despite this, Martell has not stayed silent. He took to social media with cryptic posts and statements, reminding everyone that he is still the father of his children and that no court ruling could change that. Some fans sympathized with him, while others accused him of refusing to take accountability. The ruling also has major implications for Love and Marriage, Huntsville. Fans are already speculating about how the show will handle the fallout. Will viewers see Melody's quiet victory and Martell's struggle to adjust, or will the cameras avoid the details of the court case? Either way, the ruling has created a storyline that is sure to fuel future seasons. Behind the public reactions, however, the private reality is far more complicated. Melody reportedly knows that this ruling does not mean the battle is over. Appeals can happen, and co-parenting with someone you just fought in court is never easy. Her priority is to shield her children from the public drama and focus on creating stability at home. Martell, meanwhile, is said to be considering his options, with rumors of an appeal still circulating. For fans, the biggest question now is whether Martell and Melody can find peace as co-parents. The ruling may have given Melody custody, but it didn't erase the tension, resentment, or public drama. Every post, every interview, and every move they make will continue to be scrutinized. This decision may have ended one chapter of their story, but it has also opened the door to a new one that could either bring healing or even more chaos. The final ruling has also started bigger conversations outside their fan base. People are asking whether the court's decision was fair or if it showed the bias many fathers feel in custody cases. Some believe the evidence clearly showed Melody was the stronger parent. Others think Martell was unfairly judged based on his past mistakes rather than his role as a father. This debate has turned their case into more than just celebrity gossip, it's become a cultural talking point about parenting, gender dynamics, and family struggles. At its core, this ruling is about more than Martell and Melody. It's about two parents who allowed their private pain to become a public battle. Fame and cameras may have made their fight louder, but the emotions and struggles are ones that many families can relate to. Custody battles are never easy, and for those who have gone through them, watching Martell and Melody fight it out in court felt personal. It was a reminder that behind the headlines are real children whose lives are shaped by these decisions. The judge's final words made it clear, the best interest of the children must come first. That means Melody now carries the responsibility of raising them with consistency, and Martell has to find a way to co-parent under the new rules. Whether they succeed or fail will define not just their future as parents but also their legacy in the public eye. For now, Melody's supporters are celebrating her as a woman who stood strong and came out victorious. Martell's supporters are rallying behind him, saying his fight is not over. But one thing is certain, the ruling has forever changed their story. It is a turning point, and the world will be watching closely to see what comes next. Will they finally put their differences aside for the sake of their children, or will the drama continue to unfold in the courtroom and on social media? Only time will tell, but this case has proven that their story is far from over.